Hello everyone. We'll be starting the event now. If any of your friends are not able to join this link, you all can use the live streaming link which will be provided in the chat box. They can join through that. And so let's start. I'm Sneha, and I'm currently the PR lead of GDSC IARE, and I'll be the host for today. So I welcome everyone to this event, to this very first event of GDSC IARE. And today we'll start off with the Kotlin and Jetpack Compose Camp. This will be a series of sessions. Yeah, this will be a series of sessions to get hands-on experience on Kotlin and Jetpack Compose, which is to get hands-on of Android development using the Android's modern UI kit, which is Jetpack Compose. For this event, we have got Praneetha Peniji, third year of CSE AIML, and she'll be a facilitator for today. For the coming events also. She's currently an App Development Intern at NFC Solutions. So I'll just take a minute to explain this platform. On the right side, you'll have the chat box and Q&A session, and even a DM section where you can chat with your other students who are participating in this, and Q&A session where you can ask questions and all of that to the facilitator, and chat session to respond to the facilitator. If any doubts you all have, you all can clear it there also. I'll give it to Ujjwal, the lead of GDSC IARE, to continue with this event.
So thank you, Sneha. So I hope I'm both audible and visible in this event.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, thank you. So hey everyone, this is Ujjwal and I'm currently the Google Developer Student Club's lead for our college for the current year 2022-2023. I'm right now in my third year of BTech in Computer Science and Engineering, and it's a pleasure for me to welcome you all to our very first event on Kotlin and Jetpack Compose. Now, before getting started, I'd want to take a minute or two to give you a brief about what we do at GDSC and what you can expect from us in the coming months. Next slide. So GDSC stands for Google Developer Student Clubs, and it is a global network of students who are passionate about the latest developer technologies. As the name says, this global network is supported by Google developers, and currently there are about 1,000 plus clubs in the world. Talking about Telangana, there are 17 GDSC clubs, and the GDSC IARE is one of them starting this year. So we are still a budding community in our college, just a month old, and something that we plan to do is organize events made for the community by the community members. Now, for this Compose Camp, we've got Praneetha, who is also a member of GDSC and has come forward to facilitate Kotlin learning sessions for all of us. This way, we are planning to organize many more sessions, of course, with the support of Google and our college management, to encourage more people to learn and share their knowledge with our community. Now, next, I'd like to talk about projects. Go to Google or Instagram and look up for Google Developer Student Clubs of any college, like GDSC, VIT, IITs, NITs. And something that you'll notice in common is that they do a lot of projects. Now, GDSCs build projects that aim to simplify the problems that we face on a daily basis. The reason is that we as students learn a lot of technologies as a part of the curriculum, but we don't apply them to solve real life problems. So we will be working on that as well in the coming year. We have several project ideas already under consideration. So if you're someone who wants to share more ideas on how we can solve a problem, you can please reach out to our tech lead, who is Vishnu. You can find him in our WhatsApp group and let him know about your take on the same. We are also opening up community activities soon with different domains like web development, app development, UI UX, technical writing, and many more. So please do stay tuned until we announce that as well, right after this Compose Camp session. Lastly, I would like to talk a little bit about today's event. This Compose Camp is a global campaign being managed by Google, and this is an event that is organized simultaneously in almost all colleges and universities that has a GDSC club. So every college will have its own members taking up sessions and explaining Android app development in their own college. This time, Praneetha has planned 4 sessions covering different aspects of Kotlin and Android app development using Jetpack Compose. Along with these sessions, you will be getting a link to an online course by Google on Android app development, and you can complete them at your convenience soon after these sessions. Upon completion of this course, you will be receiving multiple badges from Google so that everyone knows that you are a part of this campaign and it will stay forever linked to your Google profile. We have also planned certifications for this event and we'll let you know more details about it by the end of our event. So I guess that's it from my end and I'll hand it over to Praneetha.
So, hello guys. Thank you, Sneha and Ujjwal. And I'm Praneetha Peniji from CSC and ML and a member of GDSC IARE. So, I'll be the facilitator for this event and I'll be leading you towards the Android app development with the Compose Camp. So, are you all excited to learn this Android app development with me? Guys, you can chat in the chat box. So, yes. Okay, so welcome to the Compose Camp Day 1 session. So in this Day 1 session, we'll be building our first Android app. So before starting, I want you to tell some information about this Google developer profile. So this feature provides a personalized view of your activity and learning content across Google developers. Some content like Firebase, Android, and Flutter. So with this developer dashboard, you can see a history of your earned badges and other activities. You can also continue your any in progress code labs or pathways or start a new pathway. So I want you all to create this Google developer profile soon. So yes. So why do you think we need these app developments? Like why should we have Android apps? There are websites. So what is the need of Android apps? So do you have any answers? So Android apps are easy to handle and easy to access anywhere instead of websites. Android apps are also faster than websites. So this is the reason we use Android apps and there will be more protection for the business through the Android apps than websites. So that's the reason the Android app is very important. So what are we going to do through these sessions? Our content is divided into 4 units. The unit 1 is about your first Android app. So each unit will be consisting of 3 pathways. The pathways are nothing but the activities you need to do in that. So after completing each pathway, you'll be having a badge, which you can share it in your Google Developer profile. So after completing 4 units, you can earn 12 badges. So yes, in the unit 2, we'll be having building app UI. And then unit 3 will be having about display lists and use material design. And unit 4, you'll be having navigation and app architecture. So yes, let's go on all through this. For today, we'll complete the unit 1. So this is today's agenda. First, introduction, and then we'll have a small quiz to boost your energy, and then introduction to Kotlin programming language, and then we'll be having setup Android Studio and Java SDK. Then we'll be having our first Android app, that is greeting card app. So yes, you can navigate to slido.com in your systems. I'll share you the link. You can just navigate to the slido.com and enter this code. Sneha, can I start sharing the screen for this?
Yeah, sure.
So you can scan this QR or enter the code in the slido.com. Enter your name and you can join the quiz. Sneha, RBI, Pooja, Rahman, Ujjwal, Shravani, Madhav, Vishal, Harsha, guys, please join fast.
As we have around 30 attendees today, I would request all of you all to join the quiz. And after this quiz, we can start with the Kotlin explanation and all of it.
So it's just a basic quiz to understand your knowledge about Android. Okay, so I'm starting the quiz. Here is your first question. How many active Android users are there globally? It's 35% for 8 billion. We'll see the correct answer. It's 2.5 billion. So Srujan Kumar, Ujjwal, then Banu Sai. Okay. We'll go to the next question. Which apps are not made of Kotlin? So the correct answer is WhatsApp. So here are the leaderboard results. The next question. Which language is used for native development? It's 45% people vote for Kotlin. Let's see. Yeah, Kotlin is the right answer. So let's move on to the next question. What is the latest version of Android? Let's see the answer. It's Snowcone. Next question. Which company developed Android? Let's see the answer. It's Android. So Kishan Agarwal, Srijan Kumar, Banusai, Vishal and Madhav. Yes. So not to worry guys, this is just a basic quiz. So we'll start the session with the Kotlin introduction. Sneha, can you share the screen? So yes, why we use Kotlin? Why only Kotlin is used for Android development in native? So Kotlin is officially declared as an official language of Android development by Google in 2019. There are some advantages of Kotlin to use for Android development. So before Kotlin, we used to use Java for Android app development. But there are some benefits of using Kotlin over Java. So let's see what are those benefits. So readability. So when compared to Java, Kotlin has more readable, which makes it easier to understand the program. So even when a person having no prior programming knowledge can understand the code of Kotlin. Whereas interoperability, it is nothing but using Java commands in Kotlin project. So that means when Java and Kotlin are almost similar, so that we can use Java packages even in the Kotlin project. And less code. When compared to Java, Kotlin has less number of lines of code. So like that, we'll be having many more benefits to use Kotlin over Java. So let's start with the introduction to Kotlin. So today we'll be learning how to write and run a simple Kotlin program and how to modify a simple program to change the output. And you'll be starting to build your first Android app and you build a greeting card app. So let's understand the concept of variables, which is very important in Android app development. So what do you think is a variable? A variable is nothing but a container which stores a specific data item in it. The container will be having some label to access that data item. So here you can see that some container is having some value in it. The label given to the container is given as name. So we'll be accessing that value with the name. So you may get doubt that why we need to store that data item inside a container and refer it instead using the direct value. Yes, you will be getting clarity on this in the next slide. So before that, here is some screenshot placed in the slide. So I want you to find what are the variables in that screenshot. So just give a guess, like what are the variables you find in the screenshot. You can answer in the chat box. For example, the location name is a variable. It varies from each location. So I want you to identify what are different variables. Yeah, rating, overview, yes. Website, yes. Yeah, location, address of the location. Yeah, number of reviews. And photos, yes. Updates, yeah. So you can see in one screenshot of an application, we found these many variables. So variables is very important to build an application. So let's understand the use of variables. So here we can see the count is a variable and it has its initial value as 2. So my statement is I have 2 chocolates. So my friend gave me one more chocolate. What should be the value of count? So we are increment count by 1. Then the answer would be I have 3 chocolates. So instead of using variables, when we use the direct value, like I have 2 chocolates, then we can't increment that 2. That's why we need to use variables. So there will be some specific type of a value to be stored in a variable. What are those types? How many types is supported by the Kotlin? So these are different data types in Kotlin. The string, int, double, float, and boolean. So the string is nothing but the text. So for example, you can see the literal values like add contact, search, signing. Those are text values. The text values are called as strings. Then integers. Integers are nothing but whole numbers. They can be 32, negative numbers, positive numbers, or 0. Anything can be integer. Whereas doubles are decimal numbers we use. They can be positive, negative, or anything. And then float. Float is same like double, but is less precise than a double. And then boolean. Boolean returns only 2 values, that is either true or a false value. So let's combine both the variables and data types now. So here is another screenshot of a mail application. What are the variables you find here and what are the data types of that variables? So for example, number of mails. What will be the data type of number of mails here? Any guesses? Yeah, int. Yeah. And what is the variable type here? Like receiver name, sender name, Mary Jo. What will be the type of that variable? String. Yes. Like whether to see a mail is starred or not. What will be data type of that? Boolean. Yeah, Boolean. So you can see that even a small mail application consists of many variables with many different data types. So this is the reason we need to be strong in declaring variables and using them. So now we'll understand how we declare a variable. So this is the syntax of declaring a variable in Kotlin. So first, val is a keyword to declare a to declare a variable. And then we give the label of the variable through which we can access it. And then we give a colon. We mention the data type of the required variable, and we initialize with an initial value. So for example, given that val number with a colon of data type int is equals to 25. So what will be the value of the number? The value of the number will be 25. Yes. So you may get doubt that what is this val? Is there any other keyword to declare a variable? Yeah, there will be another keyword. So let's see. Val and var are the two keywords to declare variables. But there is a slight difference between these two keywords. So what is the difference? Val is used only when the variable will not be changing in any of the state of the app. That means when a variable is declared with val keyword, it cannot be changed further. So if you know that the value of that variable will never change, so that you can declare that with val keyword. When you know that if the variable will be changing, then we use var keyword. So in this way, you need to remember the difference between val and var, and when to use val and when to use var. When you know that if the variable value is constant, you can use the value of val. So yeah. So functions. So function is nothing but a block of code we write. The block of code is nothing but they are blocked with the curly braces, and we give the block of code a name that is called a function name. So this is the main function. The main function is visible in every Kotlin project. So let's understand this hands-on. Shreya, I'll be sharing the screen from you. So I want you all to open Kotlin Playground. You can just open with the link. So you can code along with me. So here is the main function. What have we learned till now? To declare a variable. So main function is nothing but Kotlin. In Kotlin, everything is written inside the functions. So the main function is where the program execution starts. So without a main function, there won't be anything. Like you can't declare anything without a main function. So everything you write should be inside the main function. So let's declare some variables. Let's see var your name. Name is what type? String. To declare strings, we need to use double quotes. So this is a function to print the output, that is println. So when you run this code, what will be the output? So the output will be James. So are you guys coding along with me? So everyone are understanding, right? Yes, okay. So what is this ln here? Println is nothing but printing in a new line. So after printing, there will be another line printed, which won't be visible here. Just you can use even print. So, but when you print again, the value of that print will be beside. So when you want the output to be in the next line, you should use the println statement. So now you can see the difference between print and println. I hope you guys understood this. So now let's declare another new function. Let's declare a function like sum. How should we pass arguments to any function? This is the argument, and we write with a colon and make it int. We'll declare the data type of that argument, and we'll have one more one, and that data type, and the return value of this function, that is int. Open the curly braces, and then return the value of int. So we'll be using fun keyword to create any function, and this is the name of the function. The arguments we specify is x and y with their data types. X integer, y is an integer, and then with a colon we specify the return type of the function, that is int. And inside this we can write our code. So to find the sum, we will be return x plus y. So how we should call the function and how can we store the values of that function? Let's declare a new variable result, which is an integer. Let's initialize with 0. Now the result will be sum of, let's take 5 and 10, and then print the value of result. It's a good practice to use println. So let's run the code. Our output should be 15. So yes, our output is 15. So guys, did you understand the concept of functions and calling a function? You can reply in the chat box. So any doubts? We'll write one more function. Let's write one more function. Function greeting. Let's give arguments as string. And what we'll be doing here? Print ln hello and x. So this is the way to concatenate the strings. So if we keep just x, we'll be getting hello x. If we keep the dollar symbol and x, we'll get the value of the x. So let's take a new variable here. That let's take name as a string. So the value is contains. Let's call the function. As there is no return value, we can just call the function. No need to store the value of there won't be anything to store the value of the function. So we'll be passing the name. Let's see the output. We need to get the output as hello James. So we got the output as hello James. What if there is no dollar symbol? So you'll be having hello x. So to access any string, we need to use dollar symbol and the name of that and the variable name of that string. So I hope you guys understood these functions, the concept of both functions and the variables. This will be important to build your first app. If there are any doubts, you can ask me. No, Kotlin is case sensitive. Yeah, data type names should be begin with the capital letter. It's not like a syntax, it's a convention to use that data type. So let's, if you have the, it won't read as string. So unresolved reference string. So type of the data should be mentioned with the capital letter. So shall we do another program? So let's do a program which will be done by us in our first tab. So we'll be doing a greeting card app. So for that we'll be needing from string name and then var. So we'll be making this as from string and then two is a string. What will be printing here? So we'll be printing happy birthday to you. How should we access? We need to use dollar symbol and put the variable name and then println from. So will this code work now? So you can answer in the chat box. Will this code work now without any error? No. Why no? Yes, function call. So we are not calling the function with the required arguments. So we'll just pass the arguments. We'll run the code. So happy birthday to you. Google from Android. So I hope you are clear with the concepts of both functions and the variables, right? If you are okay with this, so we can have a small quiz again on Kotlin. So yes, you can join the quiz with this code 3450548. It's just a small quiz. The basics what you have learned now. Yes, Pooja, Jan Kumar, Sneha, Ushwal, Madhav, Shivasai, Meghana, Aditya, Rohit, Shravani, Bhanusai, Rahman. If you join fast and complete this quiz, we can go with the first step. Neeta, Vishal, Kishan, So, shall we start the quiz? Or shall we wait for some more time? Okay, it's like fastest finger first. You answer fast. I'm starting the quiz. So you need to just, there will be a code snippet. You need to just select the option which will be the output of that code. So yes, you can see the question. Fun main, val Kotlin equals to hello, println Kotlin. What will be the output of this program? So 89% are telling hello. Let's see the answer. Yes, hello is the correct answer. Let's see the leaderboard. So Bhanusai is Pooja, Vishnu, and Sai Madhav. So yes, let's move on to the second question. So what will be the output for this function? Val age is equal, int is 20, age is equals to age plus 1, and then print age. So 78% of them are saying that it is 21 and 22% are saying that val cannot be reassigned. So we'll see the answer. Yeah, the answer is val cannot be reassigned. I have told you that when we declare any variable as val, it cannot be updated. If it is updated, we will be getting an error. Val cannot be reassigned. So yes, we'll see the leaderboard. So Vishnu, Pooja, Sneha, Bhanusai, and Stravani. Okay, let's move on to the third question. So what will be the result of this? There are two functions. The second function is taking two arguments and returning an integer. So 88% of them are saying that it is 50. Let's see the answer. So yes, 50 is the correct answer. So the leaderboard shows that Vishnu, Pooja, Manusai, Sneha, and Madhav. Okay, let's move on to the next question. So what will be the output of this function? We are just printing good evening with the string. So yes, 90% of them are telling good evening, James. So let's see the correct answer. Yes. So leaderboard. So Vishnu, Pooja, Banusai, Madhav, and AS. So the last question. Val keyword is used for declaring constant values. Is it true or false? So 85% are saying that it's true. Let's see the answer. Yes, the answer is true. So leaderboard. So Vishnu, Pooja, Banusai, Madhav, and yes. Congratulations. So I hope everyone are comfortable with this Kotlin concepts of functions and variables. So now let's jump into our development of our first app. Before that, I want confirmation that you have installed the Android Studio. Have you all installed the Android Studio? No, if not, please install now. Sneha, can you please provide the link to install Android Studio? Yeah, okay. So with that link, you can just go and download Android Studio. For installing Android Studio, make sure that Java SDK is already installed in your systems. Yes, the link for installing Java SDK is provided in the chat box. Just let me know after installing your Android Studio, or if there are any doubts, please post here. So once you install the Android Studio, this dialog will be displayed on your systems. You can click on Next to start the installation. So yes, please let us know if you are done with the installation so that we can proceed with our first app. So we'll be waiting for 5 more minutes and we'll start our code in the Android Studio.
Guys, we are trying to stick to today's schedule. So, in case you're having any problems in installing Android Studio or Java SDK, please let us know in the chat.
So can I know how many of you installed the Android Studio? So please reply in the chat box. Okay, done. So can you see the welcome screen as I'm presenting you? Welcome to the Android Studio as you open the app. Okay. So yes. So click on new project shown there. And once clicked on a new project, you need to select empty compose activity. I'll be demonstrating you. Just a second. So I guess you can see my screen. So just select new project, and select empty compose activity. Click on next. Give some name to your application. For example, I'm giving as greeting card. And then click on finish. So we'll be getting a Gradle project sync in progress. You can just open the build in the footer, and you can see that starting Gradle demo. Gradle demo started in 2 seconds. So guys, are you following? Sorry, is that screen not visible? So is it visible now? So yes, build is successful in 44 seconds. So this should be your initial code. So how many of you created the new project? Please let me know. It's created. IARE. We'll wait for two more minutes. Please create the project. Please make sure that you select the empty compose activity. Please do reply in the chat box if you have completed creating the new project. So while you create the new project, I have one more important concept to share with you guys. Sneha, can you present the slides once? Next slide. Next one. Okay, Sneha, I'll share the screen. So yes, the basic thing is we'll be having some layouts. There are 3 basic standard layout elements in Compose that are column, row, and box. So what do you mean by this? Column. The column is something like the row elements will be inside the column. Like when you write something inside a column, the items will be there one on the another. So when you want some text to be one on the another, then you need to use the column layout. And then row layout. So when you want something to be side by side, then you need to use the row layout. So for example, you can see here. So here what did we do? Row, inside the row we are writing text of first column and second column. So this will be the output of that row. So in this row we'll be having our elements side by side. In the same way, when you write for column, there will be one on the another. So this is what I want to share with you. So this will be implementing in our first app. We'll be using column. So please, this will be your first output. So yes, this is another layout, that is box layout. In column, we'll be having all the elements one on the another, and in row, the elements will be one side the other side. So in box layout, we can align all these column elements and row elements. So shall we start our code in the Android Studio? Hello? Am I not audible?
Oh, yes, you're audible.
Okay. So guys, shall we start?
Yes, Praneetha, you can start.
Yeah, okay. So is my code visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. So yes. So what are we going to do here? So this is the page of an Android Studio. So at the left side, we'll be having all the project structure. We'll be having different types of files, and let's discuss about those files in detail in further sessions. But for now, let's go with the code. And here at the right side, we'll be having code, split, and design. So code is nothing but our code, what we have written. And the split shows both code and the design of what the code is. And the design shows only the design. So the preview option enables us to preview the design whatever we have written. So this should be our output of our first app. So what it is showing? It is showing a happy birthday and another text element with an image. So we are going to do this in this session. So I want you to edit the given initial code with this greeting. So just now let's make the greeting function to take 2 arguments. As we done in the practice of Kotlin, you know that how to declare a function and how to define the arguments and pass the arguments. So in this way, we are going to write a greeting of Happy Birthday Android and another arguments as Google. Now this is the function you need to write. The important thing is when a function should be executed, we need to use @composable. If there is no @composable, then the function is not considered for the output. So please don't forget to mention @composable. So start writing @composable from greeting, which takes arguments message, and from, which are type string. So yes. Then what is this image? You can take any Google image. So the painter resource is used to read an image. So you need to store the image in a particular file which is under resources. Just head on to resources and click on drawable. And you need to paste the image inside the drawable folder. So I'll wait for some time to take you an image and mention it inside the drawable. So once you have downloaded the image and paste it inside the drawable folder, how should we access that? Each element inside a drawable folder will be having some particular ID. So we are taking ID is equals to R. R is nothing but the resource, dot drawable, that is drawable folder, and dot party time. So the name of my image is party time. So I'm mentioning it as party time. So now the image is stored inside this variable, that is image. As we discussed, three types of layouts: the column layout, row layout, and the box layout. So here we are using box layout. Inside the box layout, we'll be using the column layout to display this output. So I want you all to write box of. First of all, we are placing an image. So image of, the painter is the source of the image. So painter is equal to image. We have stored the image inside the variable image. So we'll be initializing painter with the image and this content description. The content description is null. Why? Because we are using this image for design purpose. But when you use for a purpose like when you press that image, it should happen something, then we'll be giving some content description to this image. So as we are now using this image for decoration purpose, we are keeping content description as null. And what is this modifier? So this modifier will help us to modify the shape of an image or apply some changes on an image, color of the image, everything. So let's make the image of a full max height and max width so that it occupies the entire device space. So guys, are you following me? Is there any problem? Please reply. Okay. So then what is this content scale? When the image is less than the size of our device or greater than the size of this device, it will fit that into the size of the device. So with this content scale.crop, we are making that image fit to our device width and height. So that's all with this image. We have made the image fit inside the device. Now what we are doing, we have created one more function, that is text. So what should this text represent? This text represents these two lines, that is happy birthday Android and from Google. So how should we arrange them? Should we use row or should we use a column? Sorry. So you can answer in the chat box. Should we use a row or should we use a column to display that two text fields? It is one on the another. So we need to use the column layout. So we are writing another composable function which takes the two arguments, the message and the from. So inside this function, we are mentioning the column layout. So inside the column layout, we have two texts, that is text1 and this text2. So you are mentioning text and another text. What will be the value of this text? This text is nothing but the message or the text we need to display on the device. So we are passing our arguments as message. So I have written text as message. And the font size. Font size is nothing but the size of the text we use to display. So for text we need to use the units SP. That means scalable pixels. So we have used the font size as 34.sp, and this modifier is to align it to the horizontal way in the center. And after this first text, below that text, we are having one more text, that is from Google. So how we are going to display this? So we are mentioning the value of the text, and here we are concatenating our argument with from, and then we are having the font size. So modifier. So what this modifier is doing, it is aligning this text to the end of the device. So that's all guys, this is the code to display this output. So this is a preview. So for a preview function, you need not pass any arguments. So preview is nothing but without running an app, you can see the output of that of your code. This decreases so much time to build the app and install in your device. So this will be the great function for the developers. That's why we need to use Jetpack Compose. This is the great feature of Jetpack Compose. So for our function to be previewed, we need to use preview keyword and then composable. And the function name is default preview. In that, we'll be calling our function, that is greeting, with arguments of message and from. So this is the code for our app. Okay. If you are done with the code, we can start proceeding with creating our virtual device. It's also an emulator. Emulator is nothing but a virtual device which runs on the system. I will help you to create your virtual device. In the right side of your Android Studio, there is something called Device Manager. So please click on the Device Manager and just click on Create Device. You'll be having number of devices. You can select any of the device and click on Next. Once clicking on Next, you need to download S, the version S, or you can have installed Pi version. So now the latest is S, so you can download the S. And once you download it, select that and click on Next. You can give your virtual device a name, new one. I have given it as a new one, and click on Finish. So you can see that a new virtual device is created. So are you guys following with me? Did you create the device? I can wait for you 2 minutes to create a device and complete the code. Once you complete the code, we can run on that virtual device and see the output. Yeah, I'll explain you the code again. So there will be already the greeting function written in the initial code. So you need to just modify that code. We are modifying to take that code or 2 arguments with a message and from. The type of the arguments will be strings. And so we are passing our message and from in the function. And then we are reading our image into the variable image. You need to store the image inside the resource folder and then drawable folder and paste it inside the drawable folder. So to access the image, you need to give it an ID and access it with r.drawable. And your image name. And then we are defining a box layout which consists of an image and the column of 2 texts. So in the image, we'll be having our src, that is painter, as our stored variable image, and we are giving this content description as null. We are making that image to fit the max height of the device and fit with the max width of the device. And if there is anything to be cropped or to be extended, then we are using content scale. And then we have written another function called text, which displays column of 2 texts. So this text function also takes 2 arguments. So the 2 text values are one upon the another. So we'll be using the column layout. So inside the column layout, we'll be defining our text. The value of the text is given with the message. We are giving some font size to the text, and we are making it align to the center. And the next text will be from. The value of the text is from, and the font size will be 20.sp. So remember to use, for the font size, we need to use the units sp. And the modifier, we are using it to align the second text item to the end. So we are using modifier.align of alignment.end. So these are 2 functions. Okay, shall we run the app? Yeah, okay. So to run your app on your virtual device, there will be a run option, that is first option. You can just click on that. You can start that, your virtual device is starting. can close this device manager. So yes, my virtual device is ready to give the output. So here you can see that a new one is there, and then when you click on the run app, our build will start. You can see the status of the build here. So yes, build is successful. Launch is succeed. Yes, so you can see the output in our virtual device. It's showing that happy birthday Android and from Google. So is the output visible for everyone? Yes, okay. So it's a simple and basic app for beginners. So that's all for today, guys. So if you have any doubts, you can refer to the course provided to you. So if you want to stop running the app, you can click on the stop. So I'll just help you how to use the content provided to you. So this is your course, and this is the first unit. So we are done with introduction to Kotlin, set up Android Studio, and we have built a basic layout. After completion of all this, you'll be earning a badge for each thing, each pathway. So you need to take a quiz, then only you can earn the badge. So once you have completed a birthday greeting card app, you can just try this simple app which contains an image, the text element, another text element. So they have provided you the UI specifications. So center align all of the content. So the first text composable, they have mentioned you the font size. And the second text also, they have given you the font size. They have given you the image and the strings you need to pass. So yes, you can try this app if you are done with the greeting card app. And if you have any doubts in the greeting card app, you can just refer to this course and you can just take a code lab. So how to add a new text element, like how to change the font size. So if you get something red like this, you need to just click on that and import. So on clicking import, the error will be resolved. So adding another text element. So when you add another text element without any column or layout, it will be the output. So when you want to arrange the text elements, you need to use the layouts. It can be either a column or a row or a box layout. So this is what we discussed. So when you use the row layout, this is the output. So but when you use the column layout, this will be the output. So according to our UI, this should be the output. So we'll be using the column layout. So in this way, you can refer to this course. You can get the solution code here. Once you complete all these code labs, your progress will be updated and you can earn the badges once you complete all the activities in a particular pathway. Don't forget to take the quiz at the end. So any more doubts? How was this session, guys? You can reply in the chat box. Good. Thank you, Harsha. So I hope you'll complete this task also. And by the next session, I want you all to earn all these 3 badges. So thank you, Rohit. So thank you, Rahman Madhav. I hope you understood how to use functions in Kotlin and how they are linked with our Android app development. For any doubts after, you can refer to this course. So, okay, how many of you built the app, the greeting card app? Okay, Sneha, you can continue with the info of day 2 session.
Yeah, okay. So as mentioned, the course is provided in the slide, and the slide will be shared with you all, so you all can start off with the course and complete the unit 1. Next session, we'll have it on 21st of September. That will include mm, things like layouts and material design guidelines, build a dice roller application, and tip calculator application. So this will be along with the course, and if you all have any doubts regarding the course or completing any assignments or quizzes, you all can contact the facilitator through the group, and if any doubts, it will be cleared over there. And don't forget to join us on 21st of September at 7:30 p.m. Yeah, thank you.
So we have provided the link to the content, course content. You can just go on through all the pathways of Unit 1 and earn the badges. After completion of Unit 1, you'll be earning 3 badges, which will be added to your Google Developer profile. So yes, that's it. Thank you, guys.
We'll be ending this session. You all can leave the session as we have come to an end. Thank you.